Share photos of your day with America. It's being called the largest collaborative project in internet history, and you are invited to participate. Stay with us. You're in The Situation Room. Who can argue with this, that home is the most important place in the world? One man, partly responsible for the popular book series A Day in the Life of America, is now behind what's being called the largest collaborative project in internet history. All this week, Richard Smolin and his team want you to pull out your digital cameras and open up your special place, home.
Every day, if you come to our website, which is www.myamericaathome.com, we have an assignment for people. And if you fancy yourself as being a photographer, we're inviting you to help us create this portrait of how everybody in America celebrates the idea of home, whether you invite people over for dinner at night, if there's one object. One of the things on Saturday is your most treasured object. So what's the one object you'd run to the house with if your house was on fire?
Oh, that's a difficult one. But let's concentrate on the home, because I find this fascinating, because home means different things to different people. And we have some examples of the photographs that people have been sending you. And I'd like...
these are some of the pictures that have been flowing in to our web, to our servers so far.
And some of them are excellent. Some of them confuse me a little. Like, I must admit, the ones with the kids in the car. Like, well, why does that say home to somebody?
Well, I'll give you an example. I have two children, Jesse and Phoebe. They're 5 and 7. Phoebe went for a sleepover about 2 months ago, and she came back full of beans because the mother let her eat breakfast cereal for dinner, and she asked me if I remembered my first sleepover. And I remember going to little boy's house, and as I was about to eat food, I looked around and everybody was praying, the whole hands. And I remember thinking, gosh, everybody has a different way of having, home life is different for every single person. So you're asking me about this picture of the boys asleep. Well, as somebody with young children, my wife and I are always carrying our kids in and out of the house, into the car, strapping them in. It's a real ordeal if you're, a commuter. We've asked people all over America to imagine someday your great-grandchildren are going to pick this book up. Wouldn't you love to see from 100 years ago how people live their lives?
Oh, yeah, I love to look at it, because some of these are quite good with the clothesline. And that looks like it was taken by a professional.
It is. It was taken by a professional photographer. It's actually a guy named Carlos Ortiz, and he was photographing in Amish country. So, I mean, everybody has a different thing that happens in the morning. So one of our traditions, one of the assignments we have is called Morning Rush. And so that day we're asking people to photograph during the morning and show us how their day begins. You were asking me before how we got the word out to let people know that we're doing this. We were trying to think of the company that sort of is most associated with kind of home. So we went to IKEA. I don't know if you know them, but this wonderful. Okay, well, I love the company, and they said, look, we love this idea of inviting all of Americans to tell their story. Then we went to Google, and Google's actually put us on the landing page of Google Images. So millions of people every day are seeing this thing saying, show us your home, tell us your stories, and you could be published in a book like this. So,
well, let's go through one of the more picture, because the one in the far corner of this, is it a man looking out into space? It seems very lonely to me.
But you know what that is hanging from the ceiling? Those are toasters. This guy collects toasters. His whole house, the ceilings, the walls, every surface in his house, he collects antique toasters. So we're showing people that are kind of, some people are obsessed, some people collect things, some people turn their, my wife when she was growing up used to actually raise rats in her bedroom. So she would have hundreds of rats and she'd sleep in the living room. So people have different ways of doing these things. But one of the other really fun things.
I don't think your wife would let you showing that.
No, she loves, they're animals. But one of the things we're doing right now is we have this little Nikon Coolpix camera, and when I take a picture of you right now, this is going out, this has a Wi-Fi card in it, like your cell phone camera. So the pictures are actually going out through the internet back to our servers. So while our photographers are out there all over the country right now taking pictures, we're able to see their pictures in real time.
So you have a lot of work to do, because it's a lot of pictures
to look at right now.
Rick Smolin, thank you so much for joining us with this fascinating thing. And like, if people want to join, you gave them the website, so they have no excuse.
This is CNN Breaking News.